At the start of the season, myself and a lot of other Newcastle United fans were very, very worried about the squad depth at the football club. Especially when the transfer window closed, we thought, wow, do we need another centre-back? Do we need another striker? Do we need another right-sided forward? However, last night's performance, especially in the second half, has it kind of eased your mind about that at the moment, especially until the next transfer window opens? Have we now got the players that can step up to the plate for the odd game here and there and know they can do a job for us? So we'll take a look at that. Also, Eddie Howe's been talking about Joelinton and his impact he had last night. And Newcastle United are possibly about to open talks with 2 more senior players for new contracts. So let's take a look at that all today. Hi everybody, my name is Paul. Welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. As usual, before we start, if you do enjoy the show, please do hit the like button. Very, very important we keep those coming in so the fellow fans like yourselves can find the channel in the search results on YouTube. And also, if you're new and like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Come and join this incredible community that we have on the Toon Review. And also, don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will let you know when we schedule our live shows and we upload videos such as this one. And finally, of course, we are a finalist this year in the Football Content Awards for 2023. The link to vote is pinned right at the top of the description below. Please do keep voting for us. We are in for Best Podcast in the Premier League. So all you do is click on the link, scroll down to Best Podcast. There is a drop-down menu for the Premier League. Just click that button and you'll find the Toon Review in there. Please, please, please keep the voting coming. We really, really do appreciate your help with that. Right, as you can see at the bottom there, and as I said in the intro, were we wrong about the squad depth? Because I certainly, as a fan, was worried where the squad was going to be this season with all the games we had to play, with Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, league games. There's a lot of fixtures come very quickly this season. And, when we looked at the team last night, we saw Dummett, especially in Lascelles, centre-backs, and we were thinking, wow, Man City could have a field day here. But listen, despite Manchester City's possession in the first half, they still only managed 1 shot on goal, which Nick Pope saved with his feet. That was the only shot they had on target in the first half. And given the possession that they had, we were set up very, very well defensively. And a lot of those players played absolutely brilliantly last night, despite not having very many minutes on the pitch this season. You look at Livramento. Brilliant. Man of the match last night. Superb performance from him. Lewis Hall did okay in the first half. Lewis Miley came in for the first half. Did okay. Nothing wrong. Didn't make any mistakes. But Eddie needed to change it at half-time for tactical reasons because he wanted more of a push up front. We weren't doing enough in the attacking part of the field. We were losing the ball and giving it back to City very easily. And then just saying to them, oh, there's the ball again. Come on to us. It was very much back to the old days of tactics. However, Eddie did a job at half-time, and he probably went down the throat at half-time and said, come on, this is awful. Made the 2 changes, and we were absolutely brilliant in that second half. The first 20 minutes of that second half last night were just breathtaking, considering we didn't have our normal 11 out. And, those defenders especially, I think, deserve a lot of praise, because everybody saw Dummett's name at centre-half and thought, oh my God, we are going to get absolutely whacked here. It didn't work out like that, guys. It really didn't. Dummett, he was a bit dodgy first half, but listen, he hasn't played hardly. That's to be understandable. And especially when you're playing Manchester City, who can put a different 11 out if they wanted to and still have a team that's capable of winning the Premier League. So we have to give praise where it's due here. Dummett was brilliant second half. And that tackle towards the end of the game where he went through his man and just belted the ball into the stands, that was the Dummett of old that we were used to seeing at left back. And as for Jamal Lascelles, never put a foot wrong last night. He hasn't had a lot of minutes this season. But he was brilliant, and he basically got the attack going for the only goal of the game. Lovely ball into Murphy. Murphy spins, and the rest is history. So you know what? We've got players there who I was writing off, certainly as fans. But now, after seeing the way they performed last night, thinking, you know what? They train under Eddie Howe every day. So Eddie's going to work with them, despite the fact they're not in the starting 11 every week. You can see the effect that he's having on these players, because Lascelles just looked dominant. Every time a ball came into the air, he was clearing the ball. He just didn't put a foot wrong. Matt Targett did well last night as well, and he's come in for some criticism saying, he was great for his loan spell, but he's gone off the boil since he got injured, etc. But he put up a performance last night, and I think this is just the way the squad is working now. You get a few wins under your belt, you get a few clean sheets, and then suddenly that just inspires everybody to put that extra 10% in, as if to say they shall not pass. It's 4 clean sheets in a row now, and we have to be absolutely delighted with that. And people will slag us off for the performance in the first half, saying, you were terrible, you were lucky to get away with it. But when you look at the facts of the matter is, Man City had 1 shot on target in the first half, and I believe 1 shot on target in the second half, which was straight at Nick Pope from Grealish. So, all in all, Man City had 2 shots on target and didn't harm us, because Nick Pope saved both of them. And, as a goalkeeper, he's there to do that, but he's there, and he made the saves. But apart from that, they couldn't break us down. But first half, we didn't offer enough. We definitely didn't offer enough going forward. We were too sloppy with our passing. Even simple 5-yard passes weren't happening. And we were giving Manchester City the ball and the impetus to come and keep coming at us in the first half. But it was addressed. It was addressed in the second half. And those guys put in a wonderful display. I'm absolutely delighted for the back four, especially because, as I say, so worried about them. Yet they come through a game like that against some very, very talented players that were still on the pitch. Yes, Haaland didn't come on, but they still had a World Cup winner in Alvarez. Grealish, Foden came on. Doku came on. They had a lot of attacking options last night, Manchester City. And there was only once that Doku beat Livramento, who was absolutely flawless last night. So, just thinking about it this morning, I'm thinking, it may be that, the odd game that these players have to come in. I'm not saying, oh, God, they need to play every game. Absolutely not. We have our seniors who are ready to start most games. But these guys can come in for cup games and things like that and do a job for us. And it's kind of rested my mind that maybe we can now wait till January to improve the squad again. And not really all panic stations about not having a centre-back brought in or a right-sided midfielder, because Jacob Murphy, worked his arse off last night, played well, and the 3 of them, Gordon, Murphy and Almiron, each taking turns to go up front after Isak came off. So there's a lot of positivity, guys, a lot of positivity from last night. Yes, the first half wasn't great attacking-wise, but we defended well. And they only had 1 shot on target in the first half. So we can't really criticise the defenders for that. We were giving the ball away in midfield far too easy. But I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. I'm really pleased for Paul Dummett. He was interviewed after the game last night, and you could see the delight in his face, saying that he doesn't get a lot of chances these days, but when he does, he wants to come in and show the manager what he can do. Well, he certainly did that last night, and so did the captain, Lascelles. And Livramento clearly is working with Kieran Trippier. There's no doubt about that. He said that when he signed, that he couldn't wait to get started to learn some more from Trippier. And listen, we've got a fullback there for many, many years to come who will do a fabulous job for us. Lewis Hall only got 45 minutes, but it's a good 45 minutes for him. Obviously not playing at left back last night. He was playing further forward, but he can do that. He's got a bit of utility about him, so I'm not worried at the minute. I think, after seeing them perform last night, I kind of think, right, you're against very, very good players last night and kept Man City to, 2 shots on target in the whole game. I think they deserve massive praise. So maybe we overreacted a little bit, but let me know what you think in the comments. Are we okay till January now where we can strengthen again? Are you not too worried that somebody might have to step in for one of the first teamers in certain games? Let me know in the comments below. Now, one player that stepped up to the plate last night who wasn't expected to start, I don't think anybody had him in the starting team, was Joelinton. And Eddie Howe was absolutely delighted with Big Joe last night, and rightly so. Joelinton looked fresh from the off. He looked very hungry to win the ball, and certainly second half driving us forward, had a shot on target, of course, which was quite comfortable for Ortega in the end. But he's just shown that desire that we know Joelinton has. And probably looked the freshest that I've seen him since the start of the season. So maybe it is just about, having that injury time to recover and get himself ready to go again, because he certainly looked back to the Joelinton of last season. And Eddie Howe was absolutely delighted with him as well. He went on to say it was a big effort for him yesterday. He hasn't had a huge amount of training time, but I thought he did a great job for the team. He came in and worked incredibly hard. He was probably the one player in the first half that was getting close to people and winning his duels. he really benefited from the minutes tonight. He's such a big player for us, and we're delighted to have him back. Joe, at his best, is a goal scorer and a goal creator. He's a ball winner for us, so he has amazing qualities that we need. We'd love to see him back to his very best, and I think that will come with more training and more games. Now, you could argue that maybe Joelinton might start on the bench on Saturday against Burnley. The three that performed at Sheffield United may get the go-ahead to start the game. Bruno, Longstaff and Elliot Anderson. That might be the case, because Eddie might just say, right, Joe's had a good 90 minutes in his engine there, or whatever minutes, and he's fit again. So he might go on the bench and just gradually, bring him back in, because I think it would be incredibly unfortunate for one of those three that played in midfield on Sunday to miss out, given the performance that we had at Sheffield United. So I can see possibly Joelinton coming in if Eddie wants to put a real ball-winning midfield in there, or sit him on the bench and give him maybe 20 minutes in the second half. But I was delighted with Big Joe last night. I thought he was just back to his very, very best, his hungry best, his physical best. Let me know. Would you play Joelinton on Saturday, or would you again just slowly bring him into the side again once he's truly match fit? And finally, Newcastle United are reportedly interested in opening contract talks, with two senior players. One we've just been talking about, which was, of course, Joelinton. Now, Joelinton has 2 years remaining on his contract. However, it is reported that Newcastle United are very interested in giving him an extension already. They don't want to lose him at any time, which is very, very important. I think PIF and Eddie Howe apparently delighted with Joelinton and want him to stay for as long as they can possibly keep him at the club. And there's no suggesting that Joelinton wants to leave anyway. He's very, very popular with the fans. Given his start at the club as well, it was a meteoric rise from Joelinton once Eddie Howe dropped him back to midfield. He's been absolutely superb. My favourite player at the club, I gave him some stick in the first couple of years he was here, but by God, I'm just delighted for the guy, and he's become my favourite player. I just love watching Joelinton. I love his physicality. I love his drive and determination, winning the ball and things like that. He's just a completely different player to what he was when he first came to the club. So apparently there should be no problem in the two parties reaching an agreement with that one. So hopefully that will start soon. And another player is the homegrown midfielder Sean Longstaff. Now, Longstaff played brilliantly under Rafa, of course, got injured and then just didn't look like the same player. And then he's come back last season, of course, under Eddie Howe and been fantastic. He still comes in for criticism from certain fans, saying that he's not good enough. He had a slow start to this season, I'll openly admit that. He didn't look great in the pre-season, and he's had a slow start this season. But the last 3 or 4 games he's played, he's got better and better every game. And he's pivotal to that midfield now. He really is. He is a fabulous midfielder for Newcastle United. And, of course, he's a homegrown player. We want him in the side. We want him there. He's also got 2 years remaining on his contract. But, of course, Newcastle want these senior players tied up to longer deals so we don't lose them. So it looks like Sean Longstaff and Joelinton are about to open contract talks. So let me know in the comments below, are you happy about that? Or is there one of those two players that you'd be happy to let go? Let me know. But that is it for the Daily News Show today. Thank you very much for tuning in. As I said at the start, if you have enjoyed it, please do give it the thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. Come and be part of this incredible community. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will let you know when we schedule our live shows or upload videos such as these. And of course, don't forget to vote for the Toon Review in the Football Content Awards 2023. The link is pinned right at the top of the description. Head over there, scroll down to Best Podcast, drop down menu in the Premier League, and you will find us in there. Keep voting, guys. It's open till early October, but we need as many votes as we can. We really want to try and do something this year, and with your help, we just might. But thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on Thursday afternoon, don't forget tonight at 7 o'clock, we have the match review from last night and the preview of the Burnley game, all in the one show. So basically 2 shows wrapped up into one for you tonight. Join us from 7 o'clock for that. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care.